Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, and I'm going to be analyzing the US dollar yen starting on the monthly, working my way all the way down to the 1 hour time frame for the full top down analysis. So, on the dollar yen, very impulsive move to the downside. If it is the end of a wave 5, and it looks like it is, then it will definitely take out the low of wave 4, but it potentially could take 8 months for a year for that to happen. And we don't really necessarily know that that's what's going to happen. I mean, this potentially could be a crutch into this last move up. It potentially could make a three-way pattern to the downside and end up continuing up at a percentage of this move up. Either scenario, we probably are going to see a lot of movement to the downside, and this is the monthly, so it's going to take a very long time for either one of those scenarios to play out. Going down to the weekly, I mean, this is still all the one big downtrend, likely a wave A or a wave 1. Trading strategy is exactly the same for a wave A or a wave 1, so at this point, it's not really that big of a deal to know the difference. Eventually, we probably are going to have to make a crutch to the upside, which would be a crutch into this move down for a wave B or a wave 2. So, keeping all this in mind, let's take it right down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I think that this right here could have actually been a Trunson wave 5, like a failed wave 5, just a higher high wave 5 in a downtrend, which actually happens quite a bit. Very common. If that's the case, then this is actually potentially now going to start a move to the upside for like a wave A or B, eventually make a wave B or B, and then potentially back up for a wave C of wave B, or an ABC of wave 2, like I was explaining on the weekly, because this first downtrend is either a wave A or wave 1. The crutch into this downtrend is either going to be a wave B or a wave 2. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame is where I got my Fibonacci retracement on this move right here. I am definitely looking for a Fibonacci bounce to go long. This move down kind of looks impulsive, like it's only a wave A, so the next move up possibly could just be a wave B and then go down for a wave C before it continues up. But sometimes what we think is a wave B just ends up continuing the uptrend, so if it does break to the upside, I definitely think it would be worth taking along and finding out the risk and seeing what happens next. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. So the last structure level is actually right here on the 1 hour time frame. If price goes up and breaks that structure level, then I would try to get long on a pullback. And then while I was long, I would put my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and I would hopefully learn and earn at the same time whether this move up is a crutch into this move down, or whether it just keeps on continuing the uptrend, because the trend is technically probably going to turn up for either wave B or a wave 2, like I was explaining on the higher time frames. It all kind of depends on whether we get that breaker structure, because if we don't get that breaker structure, I mean, there is definitely a possibility it just makes another lower high and just keeps on going down, which is why the trend is your friend. So don't forget to join my free Discord group, which is linked down here in the corner. And as always, thank you and happy trading.